We are not thinking about this in this manner. Eh? That is what the writer is. So those poets that committed suicide, like I said, they took their melancholy too far.
What is your advice to young poets that are coming up, that are looking up to you? You are an accomplished poet, an award-winning poet. Administratively, you've been one of the best around. What advice will you that are looking into poetry as a means to also help their society and make humanity better?
Well, poetry and every other kind of writing, there is a lot of narrating. There's nothing new. There's virtually nothing new. That is why a poet is advised to read and read and read and read and read. The writer is advised to read and read read what has been written before. And try, when you do that, that will help you to try and get an area of newness with which you write, or to get some fresh angles to what has been written before. To also try to discover your own unique voice, so that people will start, when people start reading you, it is very difficult to have a voice, a distinctive voice as a writer or as a poet, because a lot of people have written similar things that you may be writing. It is difficult, but if you keep at it, a time you come, your own tiny little voice of your own will start being differentiated from others. And when you get to that point, that is the point of arrival as a writer. When people will read you, this is a visa, or somebody will write, this is Denja, this is Oyinka, this is Achebe, this is a boogie. Yeah? Without a name. There's a point you get to now. Somebody can bring exact a writing without a name to it. And somebody says, this writing looks like a boogie zone. When you get to that kind of level, then you have arrived at a writer. In the sense that just as every human being, the way the world is, everybody has the kind of unique voice, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
God is wonderful.
yes, yes, yes. Let's go, sir.
God is wonderful in the sense that Yogiza's voice, if I hear it somewhere outside, I know this is Yogiza talking.
Yeah.
If I hear Salamatu somewhere,
Yes,
I need
yeah,
Salamatu. If I hear Malabu, even in my own house, when you hear some of your children talking, you can distinguish their voice from the other. Eh? There may be some similarity, but everybody has a distinguished voice that God has given the person through that person's vocal cord.
Yes.
So if God has been able to give every unique billions of beings that He has created with their own unique identity in terms of their voice, then that means every writer can have his own voice. But you have to train, work hard, read, hone your craft before you arrive at that your distinctive voice. So the young writers have a lot of work to do. The older writers too, they have not finished the work they are doing because if you want to be distinguished, you have to do a lot of work, and that work is in reading, is in writing, constant writing, constant reading, and also trying to be trying to accept criticism. Accept that you have not known it all, and you must continue to learn. If you have that acceptance, tolerance of other voices, tolerance of other views, don't be dismissive of people, dismissive of other writing, because somebody will not dismiss somebody else. It's not what is it? No. Take in everything. Learn from everything. Learn from every style. And try to see where you can tell stories that have not been told before. Try to see where you can tell an old story in a new way. An old story in a new way. If you keep to all that and you forge ahead and you have the fortitude, even when nobody is appreciating what you've done, do those things and put it there outside. One day, somebody will appreciate it, because at the end of the day, it's your resilience that will get you that.
If I say give me, sir, can you give me a 3 stage of being a poet or growing into being a poet? Just in 3 stages, what will a young poet go to?
The first stage is to read enough poetry as much as possible. Read enough, understand the literary trends in poetry writing. Read the classical poets. Read the poets that the world has announced as good poets. Read them. Read poets from your own community. Read old poetry. Read new poetry. Read contemporary poetry. As you read all those those poems, that is the first stage, reading the past poets.
Yeah.
Then learn the it has stopped.
No, this
Learn the art and craft of writing poetry. Learn all the poetry styles. Learn the craft. When you learn the craft, then that is the second stage.
yes.
Reading and learning the craft. Then the third stage is writing, correcting, redrafting, and you have to also have a form, please. If you want to know the form that you are best at, that is the end stage.
Yeah.
The form which you want to express yourself, because poetry has so many forms.
Hey. Yes.
Learn the form that works for you, the kind of that works for you, that makes you to say really what you want to say. Then when you and those things, the kind of thing you like to write, the form that best carries it. When you learn that form, and you now start writing that form, and keep to it. Keep to that form that you have gotten for yourself. When you keep hitting, then you get to a level that okay, this is this man, this is his style, this is his form, and at that point you must have achieved a kind of expertise and excellence that people can now celebrate you with. Even if you are not celebrated during your lifetime, you can be celebrated even 100 years after you've died. Yes. As long as you write and you publish.
Yes.
Because those writers that we are canonizing now, they were not canonized when they were alive. They were canonized years later. Eh? Yes. So the labor of a writer does not need to show during his lifetime. Those who are lucky, their labor will be rewarded for their labor during their lifetime. But many others will be rewarded, will be honored, will be remembered way after they've left.
Yeah, one last thing. They say that the poets have some natural craziness in them. How true is that?
No, I've alluded to that before now in this interview. Yes, really, because the poet writers can be said to be mad beings. When they say they are mad, just because sometimes they isolate themselves. It's true to a level. There is nobody who writes who has not suffered from some complexities of being seen as not a normal person. Eh? Yes. So it's either you don't agree to what other people agree to. It's either you are too critical, you don't accept what other people accept. It's either they accuse you of being arrogant. It's either if they accuse you of being queer. There's this issue of queer writing now. Queerness is not only about sociality and sexuality. You can even be queer socially. If you're that person that is different, that does it differently from other people, you're already being seen as a queer person. If you're that person, it's not to encourage people to go into drugs. Because people think it's when you take drugs, you get high, you get creative. Oh, no. A lot of highs, there are those things that can make you high. Solitude can make you high, a creative high. Noise can make you to be creatively high. You can silence and the rest of them. You don't have to indulge in negative antisocial things to be seen as a creative person. No. People take that, people say, people go into drugs, they will tell you, Bob Marley used to take ganja. They will tell you, Fela used to take ganja. No, those things are myths. Those people take it. Those musicians take those things. But don't deceive yourself. Those things are not those things that give them those songs that they sing. Yeah. They are people who go to practice. So if you go to Fela, if you read about Fela, you see he will practice and practice and practice. Yeah? Fela read music. For God's sake, he studied music abroad. Now, they practice, and later they got into their form. All those issues of smoking and co, even Bob Marley too was a practical person. He practiced. So people should not just think if you don't practice, then you go and pick Denja, and you think that ganja, that ganja will give you the lyrics. No. Some people go into sex, thinking sex is what will give them. No, no. Some they go into even queer behavior. Some people are thinking that when you go into queer practices as per sexuality, that is what will enhance your creativity. No, 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 no. Everybody, whether creative or not, has those tendencies. But when you want to create, please, you must create and you must de-emphasize antisocial activities. There is no scientific proof to say that drugs, sex, or being queer, all those things can make you to be creative. No, it is just assumption. So if you know it's an assumption, please live a life that is not antisocial, that is not full of vices.
Yeah.
Live a good life.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself. Do what makes you happy. Do what will not inhibit your creativity. Sometimes you may be doing some things that inhibit your creativity. Maybe you get involved in politics, or you try to be too social, attend parties that doesn't add to your creativity. Don't do those things that will inhibit you. Do those things that will inspire you to create more. You know those things. And of course, if you do things that are against societal laws, the law will come for you. They will not say because you are a poet, then you take drugs or you sell drugs. They will come and arrest you. And if the society says don't do this, don't do that, you don't have to, as per social things. But politically, you are free to hold any political view of yours.
Yeah.
And if your political view is not getting you freedom in your society, you can move to where your views, political views will allow you to create. That is what I would say.
Oh, thank you
If
so
it is
much.
coffee, if it is coffee,
Yeah.
because some people, for example,
Yeah,
some people believe in taking coffee.
yeah.
Tea, those things are things that are not things that any society frown at. You can take them to make you, to put you in the mood, and to help you to keep awake.
Yeah.
Those things are harmless. But all we should know the society we're inside. It's very important. If you're in a Nigerian society and you are doing antisocial things and the law comes for you, you answer for it. If you go to the US too, or go to Europe and America and you are doing things that is not agreeing with their law, they will come for you.
Yeah.
So respect the laws of wherever you are. Respect their laws, because if you go against their law, they will come for you. So as much as possible, be in an environment where your creativity can thrive. If you feel one environment is inhibiting you, move away and move to where you think your creativity will thrive. So that is what I can tell a young person.
Thank you so much. I
No problem.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
A lot of people have tried to call me.